Hi, I'm Lia Huber, Bonterra's chef and organic life aficionada, and this is Organic Life TV. I'm going to show you how to take farmers market vegetables and turn them into one of my favorite picnic dishes of all time, frittata. First, you cut your vegetables up. I'm going to make this frittata quite chunky, so I'm cutting everything up into pretty big chunks. I'm so excited to have zucchini in my garden this year. Next, we let our pan get nice and hot and add a couple glugs of olive oil. And then swirl the olive oil around the pan. Add in our vegetables. I'll give those a toss to coat them with the olive oil and hit them with some salt and pepper. I'm going to leave them to cook on a medium heat until they're nice and tender. Once everything is browned and softened, we're going to move it to a bowl and let it cool. You don't need to let it cool completely, just enough so that it doesn't curdle the eggs when we mix the eggs in. We're going to whisk our eggs really good here. I'm going to hit the eggs with some salt and pepper too. And by now, the vegetables are ready to be added. I'm also going to add a handful of herbs that I had in the garden. In this case, I had some summer savory, which I've never grown before, I'm really excited about, and some basil. Man, it just smells like summer. You can make your frittata in a heavy-duty non-stick pan like I am here, or a cast iron pan. Either works fine. You want to heat the pan over medium heat, give it a nice swirl of olive oil, get the oil nice and hot. Okay, now that the pan is nice and hot, I am going to add my eggs. You can hear how it kind of sizzles when it hits that hot oil, which is exactly what you want. And see how right on the edges, how it's starting to bubble up and form a crust right around the edges, and that's exactly what we want. And as soon as you have that little rim that's set around the edges, we're going to turn the heat down to medium-low. Once your frittata has firmed up quite a bit, you can see how this is really firm around the edges and it's kind of moving all as a whole, but the innards are still kind of jiggly there, right? So what we're going to do is pop it into the oven. I have the broiler on, but I have the rack set fairly low, about a third of the way down the oven so that it doesn't cook too fast. Okay, so fresh out of the oven, look at that. And you want to make sure that it's nice and solid right in the middle, and that is just perfect. Now this is totally optional, but you can, if you want to, grate a little bit of parm on top. Then you just cut it into wedges. Get this recipe and other portable feasts on Organic Life at Bonterra.com.